Radio Malaysia Traxx FM. This is Kong Yu on a program called Traxx Momentum with the first interview of the day. And I'm welcoming into the studio right now two lovely ladies. One is Linda, who is from a company called Aveda, and as well as one of the representatives from one of the members of the Mango Environmental Coalition. Yeah, so welcome to the studio, Dania. And you are actually from Ecoknights.
Yes, I am.
That's right. Welcome, ladies. And maybe just to acquaint our listeners a little bit, Mango, of course, is a group that we're featuring right here on Traxx FM, specifically with environmental issues. And one of the members of the coalition is actually Ecoknights.
Yes.
Maybe you can just start us off with a little bit of introduction of Ecoknights.
Well, we're an environmental NGO.
Mm-hmm.
We're based in Kuala Lumpur in Taman Tun.
Right.
And our main aim is to inspire sustainable living through creative platforms. And our target market is usually the youth of Malaysia. We'd like to... We focus on creativity, basically.
Right. Okay.
And through creativity, we know that the youth is open to anything new. So that's why we create competitions like the Anugerah Hijau,
right?
The film festival, like the Kuala Lumpur Eco Film Festival, and we also work with organizations as their CSR partners, which focus on giving back to the community,
right,
and the environment.
I see. Yes, interesting stuff. Yeah, and how is the Anugerah Hijau competition coming along? Because it's still open, isn't it?
Yes, the submissions are still open.
Right.
Submission ends next month, end of May. We're receiving a lot of submissions and a lot of inquiries, and which is actually really, really good.
Right.
And so we hope to have more this year.
It's a pretty interesting event. We had a special feature on that about a month plus ago, yeah?
Yes.
On that. So, well, it's good to speak to Ecoknights again today. But second guest of the day, Linda Lee, who is from a company called Aveda. Tell us a bit about Aveda, and then we move on to this interesting tie-in that we have for this special event. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, thanks. Aveda is actually a brand founded in 1978 in US, and Aveda create actually high-performance botanical-based products for the professional, the customers, and also taking care of the planet at the same time. So their products is actually natural, green, and also organic. So that is really taking care of our well-being and beauty at the same time. So the brand is actually really advocates in terms of the environmental leadership, all the way to the ingredients that we use, the sourcings of where the ingredients come from. We actually source directly from the farmers and also help the community that we actually source our ingredients from.
Right.
Even up to the packaging, we are like most of the packaging that we use is up to 95% PCR, post-consumer recyclable, and even some of the ingredients are actually 100% recyclable.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting business model, right?
Yep.
How would you summarize yourself in a nutshell as a business? Is there a term to the sort of angle that your business is taking?
We always, because the mission of the brand is so strong that the brand actually, operate around the mission of the brand of giving back to society.
Right.
And we believe that we can actually not limit it just to the beauty business. And we believe all the business we can have a mutual benefit of taking care of the environment, and at the same time deliver the products that all of us need at the same time.
Right. Interesting business model there. That's, of course, Linda Lee, General Manager of Aveda. I'm also speaking to Dania Amani, who is the Program Manager of Ecoknights. And how did this tie-up happen? I mean, was it through chance? Did you guys hook up through mutual contacts, mutual parties? How was it, Dania?
Right. Actually, it's
Linda,
more.
yeah.
It's more through the launch of Aveda actually in Malaysia in 2012.
I see.
And I have this chance to present the brand to media partners, to a magazine sales manager, and so forth.
Right.
And she actually have referred me to the founder of Ecoknights, with his Yasmin Rashid, and that's where the whole thing came about.
Right.
Yeah. So when I went and see him to present to her who we are, who Aveda is, and what we want to achieve, and that's how the whole thing started rolling last year.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Great. And then, of course, now everything's set for a special event that's called Walk on Water.
Walk for water.
Walk for water.
we wish we can walk on water.
That might be a good one for the next
we'll
time.
try.
Right? But you know why I keep because there was an event. We shall not go into details to that. There was an event recently. I think it was end of last year, or early this year. That was that. Yeah, it was a special. It's a special solution that they put into a pool, and you can actually literally walk it. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
That's why. So,
yes.
but I like Walk for Water because it's about creating awareness for a very important cause, an importance awareness campaign, right? Something that's very fresh on our minds lately. Water, lack of water supply, the importance of clean water. Tell us more about Walk for Water.
Right. Earth Month at Aveda is actually an annual fundraising campaign. Started in 1999.
Wow.
Right. So the campaign actually has raised more than US 32 million for the environmental causes since the inception of it. So which more than 26 million have been funded for clean water projects since 2007. Right, so that's why it's actually a global campaign that Aveda, the whole network of Aveda, being the customers of Aveda, the professional that, namely, the stylists or the therapists that use Aveda products, and also our business partner actually work together during this Earth Month, which is starting from end March to April, where we do different activity to raise fund for clean water.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why Walk for Water actually is just one of the activity of the whole Earth Month campaign itself. In other country, they do like fashion show called Catwalk for Water.
Right.
Right. So they also do like haircut to raise fund, which we actually, for the brand last year, is a big achievement where we set a Guinness World of Record for the most money raised for charity through haircut in 24 hours. During our global Kakaton event last year.
Wow.
Yeah, in more than 30 countries actually.
Right. Interesting stuff, yeah?
Yes.
And of course, in Malaysia, of course, to talk about Walk for Water, and it's in collaboration with Ecoknights.
Right, yeah.
And before we go for a break, just a quick question to Dania Amani, who is the program manager of Ecoknights. The angle on this campaign, yeah? What are your thoughts on that in terms of how it effectively does create that awareness on the importance of clean water?
Well, by participating for campaigns like this, we hope that people would through campaigns, through activities, different activities, with the importance of water, I hope that people will also finally pay more attention to how important water is.
Right. Something that we tend to take for granted.
Yes, every day. And with all this water rationing that's going on in Selangor and all that, so I hope that with this campaign and other campaigns which is related to water, I hope that people will actually, hopefully, slowly change the mindset about conserving water and how important water is, and don't take it for granted anymore.
Right. And of course, more details on that, as well as the events and how you can also be part of that in just a while, right? In the meantime, it's time for a music break. Stay tuned. Keep it locked already on Traxx Momentum. Kong Yu with you on the show. Good morning. Britney Spears there when she was, I guess, in sort of an in-between stage. I can't remember the title of that song. It's always so long, Not a woman, not yet a woman. Not a girl, not yet a woman. But speaking of that, we've got two, how shall we say, fully grown ladies. That's such a bad term, but you know what I mean. Welcoming back into the studio, of course, Linda Lee as well as Dania Amani. Linda being the general manager of of a company called Aveda, and Dania, program manager of Ecoknights. Yeah, welcome back. Thanks for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and let's move on a little bit on the focus on the details of the event. Yeah, we're talking about an event that's called Walk for Water.
Right.
Perhaps maybe just to acquaint the new listeners now, and people will just need a bit of a memory jog like me. What are the main details? Where is it held, and the other key details associated with that?
Right.
Linda?
Yeah, the Walk for Water event is happening this Sunday, 27th of April, in Pavilion Shopping Mall, where we are going to do at the open air area near the fountain. Right. So when registration is starting at 7 a.m. To 10. Right, so we have some fun activity around the area too, before the walk. And the walk is outside Pavilion, all the way down to somewhere near the beach club. Yeah, coming back up to Pavilion again.
Right, it's like 3 kilometers.
Yeah, around 3 kilometer
So it's
walks,
a very
actually.
simple walk, and it is in the middle of the city, so
Yes.
it has to be fairly simple.
Yeah.
And suitable for everyone.
Suitable for everyone. We have already about 100 children joining us.
Nice.
So it's going to be like a family affair that you can have some fun. We have some music performance by some of our partners, the Ecoknights partners. We also have some very fun game for the children, and at the same time also they will know about some of the tips on how to start saving water. Be more careful about how they use the water at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So what else is you said there'll be a few activities that's going to be held in conjunction for the actual walk itself. Yeah.
Right.
And most of it has to do obviously with not just allowing people as kids and children to have fun, but also importantly creating the awareness of the importance of clean water.
Right.
Yeah. How is Ecoknights, Dania, gearing up for that?
We will have a booth. Ecoknights will have a booth, and we are also exhibiting children's artwork from Mantanani. Recently, we had an art competition in Mantanani, beginning of April.
Right.
So we have collected all the artwork, and we are framing it up, and we are exhibiting it during Aveda Walk for Water. This is to bring to show people, to the public, that the children in Mantanani, how creative they can be, and these are the things that's important to them.
Yeah. They are also, I think, Ecoknights, like last year what we did. They will also do a simple filtration system using the used bottle, plastic bottle, just to show kids that this is how you can filter water. Right, simple way of still having fun, but they understand how this come about.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting, and I don't even think I may have seen it in the past, long time ago. I don't remember anything about to do a simple filtration system. Does it require stones and pebbles?
Yeah,
it
stones
does,
and
right?
pebbles, different sizes of stones and pebbles.
Right.
Yeah. And we used recycled plastic bottle, and we arranged the stones and pebbles according to sizes, and then we put a netting on top. In between the stones, also we put some nettings in between,
right?
And that's how you filter the water. So you fill up the water from the top, and then it goes down, and you can see the cleaner water. You put dirty water on top, and then it's as it goes down, it filters,
right? And
then the cleaner water will be collected at the bottom of the bottle.
Right, but still not quite safe for consumption yet.
Yeah.
Okay, but at least
something to show the kids,
right?
And even my daughter made her own filtration system from a small bottle.
Nice.
So it's something for them to do.
Now we're talking about an event called Walk for Water, and of course I'm speaking to ladies now. Dania, Amani, who's the program manager of Ecoknights, and the event partner and also sponsor, I believe, is of course Aveda, and I'm speaking to the general manager herself, Linda Lee, on a special Traxx Momentum interview now. And if you do have a question for the ladies, well, send a tweet us, make sure you hashtag it TraxxFM. We will pick it up, and we'll raise the question on air if suitable. So do that right now. Make sure you hashtag TraxxFM. In the meantime, a little bit more before we conclude the second segment of the interview. This is an interesting project that you touched upon, Dania, and you mentioned that it was done in collaboration with a project in Mantanani,
Yes,
Sabah, yeah,
correct.
And it is a clean water awareness program.
Right, it is.
Tell us more about that, because it's very. I think we should have this information shared, with our listeners today.
Well, Ecoknights is running a project called Project H2O, which is to actually provide clean water to the villages of Mantanani. Mantanani has about 1,000 over people living there, and they don't have access to clean water
At all?
No. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So from last year, Aveda Walk for Water, we managed to raise funds and we built a water filtration system. And this year, with the funds raised, we hope to continue building and fixing the water filtration system for the villages there, and also to continue to create more awareness to the villages, do more programs with the children there and the villages there to have clean water.
Right.
Yeah.
So at this stage, let's just summarize a little bit. I think it is great to share this information. Number one, the fact that the people living in Mantanani have did not, prior to this, have access to clean water. So this initiative started with Walk for Water last year?
Yeah. It's a program that this program is actually run by Ecoknights, Blue Life and Reef Track Malaysia.
Okay.
And Aveda came in to help to raise funds for the project.
Right.
So yes, that's how it started.
Yes. And at this stage, how would you say in terms of clean water supply, where are we at this stage, and what else is needed?
For Mantanani?
That's right.
A lot. Still a lot more. There's a lot of maintaining to do. There's still a lot of repairing to do, and there's so much that we can actually do at one time. So that's why we continuously need to raise a lot of funds for the children and for the villages there. Yes.
One big point to note is actually we're talking about Mantanani Sabah.
Yes, correct.
Right, in Malaysia, yeah. And if we talk about statistics, something that was touched upon and which was kind of alarming. Last time we did have a feature on clean water. Yeah, maybe Linda, maybe can walk us through a little bit on some figures and statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah, on how percentage of people around the world who are not getting access to clean water and so on.
Right. Well, why we are focusing on the clean water, because some of the numbers that we get is pretty alarming.
Okay.
There is more than 4,000 children die each day from preventable condition directly linked to unsafe drinking water around the world, according to the UNICEF information.
Right.
So, and also now 80 countries has currently water shortages. I mean, we have experienced it recently in Malaysia.
In a very small scale.
Yeah.
But it takes that. It takes that to be like, suddenly we have no water for 2 days, and there's so much quote unquote hassle that needs to be taken. But that's just a little glimmer of what it is like to not have water, but that's only for 2 days.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, compared to some of the statistics that Linda is saying, go on, Linda.
Yeah.
Yep.
80 countries, is affected currently by water shortages and which threaten their health and economies. So this is a pretty alarming thing when now we are living in year 2014.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just now we are helping villages in Mantanani, which is so close to us. Right. So, and that's why we think it's very important. While we are taking sometimes we overlook of the simpleness of just opening our tap water at home and forgetting of really be more cautious about how we use it and everything. That's why I think it's important for us to continue to raise the awareness to not only the children but the adults to start from home to really continue, so that we can continue to have clean water for not only ourselves but everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Well put there, and thanks for sharing that. I'm speaking to Dania Amani, Program Manager of Ecoknights, as well as Linda Lee, who is the General Manager of Aveda. More on Walk for Water coming up in just a little while. In the meantime, keep it locked right here on Radio Malaysia Traxx FM's Traxx Momentum. Welcome back to the last segment of Traxx Momentum's first interview of the day. I've been speaking to two ladies, Linda Lee as well as Dania Amani, on the importance of clean water and creating an awareness for that, specifically through an event that's called Walk for Water. Before we go to a wrap up of the details of the event and how people can take part and sign up for it, let's talk a bit about water. Tips from you guys on saving water, or just kind of waste for us who maybe do live, with the luxury of having clean water almost every day. Sometimes we forget, we take for granted. So what are some quick tips?
Well, for me, I would take water tumblers everywhere I go.
That's what I do.
For a start.
Okay.
And we also encourage, any events that we do, we also encourage participants to bring their own water bottle. We provide water dispensers, but we encourage them to bring their own water bottle so that we don't waste on paper cups or plastic cups, and we don't waste on other plastic bottles. That's what we do.
Yeah. So that's actually manifold, because it's not just about water, but it's also on reducing use of plastics, for example.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what about Linda? Any tips to share with us, or interesting anecdotes rather?
Right. I think the simplest things that we can do, everyone, young or old, to start at home, to brush better. What we say, why I say that is, we are so used to when we brush our teeth, we're on the tap and we'll keep it running when we, doing the brushing and things like that. So I think turn off the water when you are brushing your teeth, because it saves up to 40 liters of water a day by just doing that.
Okay, that's probably for family, yeah?
Yeah, for, when you do it, yes, for everyone, yes.
Right,
yes.
So, and there's a lot of water, and one of the things that was highlighted to me actually is, of course, using the good old cup. Yeah, when you're brushing your teeth, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I these days I do feel guilty. I'll be like, oh, the tap is on. Turn it off. Because sometimes, it's groggy in the morning, and it's rushing for time, usually for most of us, when we are getting ready in the bathroom in the morning. But it does, I think, when we remind ourselves of these things, it does, that guilt factor comes out when we don't adhere to these simple little rules and procedures, yeah? What else, really quick?
Really quick, another one, maybe same thing, shower. Right, we are so used to like shower head and things like you keep the thing running when you're shampooing, when you're you just don't turn it off. So what we say is, shampoo your hair, turn the tap off, massage a bit on your scalp, this is good also for your scalp, right? So and then only turn on the water, rinse it off, and that's again a simple way that you can do at home
to conserve water. All right. Yes. And of course, we're talking about an event that's happening and put together by you guys, Ecoknights and also Aveda, Walk for Water. Let's recap some details for our listeners this morning.
Okay. Aveda Walk for Water will be held in Pavilion, Kuala Lumpur, at the fountain area. It's on the 27th of April, and it starts at 7 a.m.
All right.
Public can still participate. They can register at www.hooha.asia. And another website that they can refer to would be the Ecoknights website. It's www.ecoknights.org.my/Aveda Walk for Water.
Right.
So all the information about Aveda Walk for Water is going to be in the website.
Okay. And it's going to be a pretty interesting event, and lots of things going on. And it's suitable for everyone.
Yes.
Right? Lots of educational games and information and booths and activities going on for children and also for adults.
Yes.
Okay, well, great stuff. So you ladies excited for it, I'm sure, and all the best on that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. I've been speaking to Dania Amani, Program Manager of Ecoknights, as well as Linda Lee, the General Manager of Aveda, on a special event that's going to be held this Sunday, Aveda Walk for Water at Pavilion, Kuala Lumpur. All right, thank you, ladies, and I hope to see you guys. And like I said, all the best with the event.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Right.
And of course, coming up soon in about 5 minutes' time will be the news updates presented by Darren Atkinson from the RTM Radio News Centre right here in Angkasa Puri, Kuala Lumpur. In the next hour, stay tuned. Jojo Stroice's Wellbeing Special on Traxx Momentum continues. I'll be speaking to Jojo herself on issues related to stress management, anger management, and I'm probably going to convince Jojo to share with us a relaxation exercise or two as well. Okay, stay tuned for that coming out in the next hour of the program. In the meantime, it's Anna Kendrick right here on Traxx Momentum. Good morning.